Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm doing my reading goal check-in for the third quarter of the year, which sounds really weird. I don't know why, but it still kind of like feels like the middle of the year. Maybe because we've been in lockdown a few times this year here in Melbourne and it's just been a weird year, right? I think everyone, no matter where you are in the world, can agree on that. And yeah, it's just weird. But we're here today to talk about different reading goals and things like that I've been working on throughout the year, as well as what I'm going to be focusing on for the last quarter of the year. So let's jump straight in. Number one, my big goal for the year was to read 200 books. I am filming this a few days before you see it, so right now I'm on 145 and I'm about on target to hit my goal by the end of the year. So that's good. That has been the least stressful of all of my goals, and just a nice easy one really. This goal was to have under 200 books on my TBR, and when I originally made this goal I said that I wanted to do this at least once during the year, and I did manage it 2 or 3 times at the start of the year, and it is definitely not down there anymore. Right now I'm sitting on 252, knowing that October is my birthday month and I already have a few books on the way. I know that I'm going to have more. I have a bunch of pre-orders that come out in November, so I don't know that I'm going to get this back down to 200 by the end of the year, but I am going to make a decent go of it. Really, my goal here for the rest of the year is just to keep it under 300. I've talked about this in videos before, that I think we all have a limit when it comes to our TBRs. For some people, they don't want any books on their TBR. Some people are happy with 100. Some people are happy with 600. For me, right now, my limit feels like 300. That I think kind of means that I still have space on my bookshelf to basically keep my TBR and my read books separate and have a little bit of wiggle room there. So that's really the goal. So I'm definitely going to have to keep reading to make sure that I keep under that, but crossing fingers that I can keep under 300 by the end of the year. My next one was to read all of my books from pre-2019. So last time I had 6 on the list. I read 1 and unhauled another, so it put me down to 4. I don't think I'm going to finish these 4 by the end of the year, because 2 of them are Daphne du Maurier books. Another one is about Daphne du Maurier, and the other one is a biography of an artist. So I'm going to try and finish one of the Daphne du Mauriers and maybe that biography, but I want a little time between reading one du Maurier and reading the next, because they are the last 2 I have on my shelf. They're not the last 2 of hers that exist, but they're the last 2 I have on my shelf right now, so I'd like a little break between them. But 4 is a great number, really, so I'm quite happy that I've managed to get it down that far. Next was to finish/catch up on 15 series. Last time I had 5. This time I have 5 finished and another 2 caught up. Caught up basically means that I have read all of the books that are out. There's one series I'm not sure whether there are other books coming out or whether it's just a duology, but I'm counting it as caught up. This one isn't going super to plan, as we can see, but even back here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 3 books that if I read, I could add to that list, and quite a few others that I am planning to get to by the end of the year. So this is definitely a goal that I'm going to be dedicating more time to in the next 3 months. Next one is Turtle Recall, which is a challenge based around reading the Discworld books. My goal for this year was to read 3 because at the start of the year I owned the next 3 in the series. I have read 3 and I will have finished a 4th one probably by the time this video is up. So doing super well with that one. Really got to thank Mel for this one because we're buddy reading them together now, and it means that I have an excuse, like I have to read them. I made that 3 goal, so I'm very happy with that, and next year I will definitely be ramping that up. And the other one is Let Us Read Middle Grade. These are both hosted by my friend, and I will link her blog below. So this is basically reading middle grade. Last time I had 9 on the list, and I was a little disappointed in that because I thought that I'd have more. This time I have 14, which is better, but I would still like to bump that up quite a bit before the end of the year. So I'm gonna have to have a look at the middle grade books that I own and see what I can read. I do know that I'm planning to reread the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series at the end of the year, so that will bump my number up by 5, but I would still like to read some others. The next one is translated books. I didn't set myself a number with this one. I just wanted to make sure that I read more. Last time I had read 4, and this time I've read 8, as in over the whole year, not just in these last 3 months. I'm pretty happy with that. I have quite a few more books on my list that I'd like to get to, and yeah, we will definitely see how I end up going with that. But yeah, I think 8 is a good number considering that I don't really own that many translated books, and most of these have been ebooks, but that's something I'm going to work on in the next year as well, I think. Okay, and last one that we have been doing is of course my haul revisits. They've been a little bit sporadic lately. I haven't been doing them every month. I missed the one in September because I already had all of these books for Bookoplathon and Magical Readathon, and I was like, well, I'm just not gonna have the time to also add these ones. So you'll see my one for September and October in a few days. Last time I did mention that I had changed my goal, and that was to have this number be under 50 by the end of the year. So right now we are sitting on 57 that I bought in 2020 that remain on my shelves. So I need to read 8 so that I would be down to 49 at least. I think I'm actually going to be able to do this because I have a series that I'm going to marathon or start marathoning soon, and then that would take, I think it's like 6 books off, so I'd almost be at that limit, and that would be incredible. So those are the ones that I have had running for most of the year. I want to talk a little bit about my plans for other things as we go into the last few months of the year. Starting with haul revisits, obviously I want to get that down to 49, but I would also like to start working on my 2021 ones. So that, because right now I there are some that I would have like 20 in a month, and that's just not doable. So I would like to get that number down a little bit, and also read the books that I bought this year. You know, that's an important thing to do. Otherwise, yeah, working on that TBR, like I said, things like that. The other thing I want to work on, I have all of my, I let my friends pick my book hauls series, so I will be working on that, and I am hoping to have read all of those by December. I have a video planned towards kind of the end of December, which means that I need to have read all of them in order to do that. So I've got to get to work on that. And yes, some encouragement would be wonderful if you have any. And then the last thing I want to do is a kind of maybe a little bit counterproductive to the TBR thing, but I want to be working on some more ebooks. I have a lot of books from Kindle Unlimited right now. I have the limit of 20 out. So I would like to be reading through them more consistently, as well as the other Kindle books that I've bought, and audiobooks that I have on Libro FM, a couple that I bought on Audible before I cancelled my subscription last year. I would like to work through those, and of course I would also like to work through some of my NetGalleys, quite a few of which are on my Kindle, so in a way that kind of knocks off two things at once. And I'd like to kind of dedicate some time to that. And I think right now I'm not getting through as many as I would, because I often read my Kindle on the train on the way to work, and we're still in lockdown. I haven't been going to work, so I haven't been reading on this as much. I have been making a conscious effort to do so, but it's just not the same as reading for like an hour on the train every day, and then, you know, sneaking bits in and like lunch breaks and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that though. And that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. I would love to hear how your goals are going, what plans you have for the rest of the year and everything, so leave them below if you'd like, and I will see you all next time. Bye.